All right, so what's up, guys? Look, this is Pwnsweet here, and I'm back with another commentary for you guys. It's been a while since my last one. I understand that, but today's commentary is going to be talking about pretty much. I'm going to try and explain to you guys what the goal is this year for my channel. So what I want to do going forward, and also what I've been doing for the last 4 weeks. So let's get started. Now, before I would normally, get on with my topic, I usually just sort of give a quick rundown of the gameplay. But to be honest, I don't really know anything about this gameplay. I haven't watched it yet. It's an old gameplay. What I do know is that it's from a long time ago. It was from when I was like second or third prestige, and since then, and this is one of the things I've done over the last 4 weeks or so, is just played this game just continuously, pretty much. And I'm now 10th prestige, so yeah, it's an old gameplay. I've gotten better since then. Nonetheless, should be entertaining, so I hope you enjoy it. Right, so in the last 4 weeks, other than playing COD, I've also been trying to play some Battlefield 3 on PS3, but that hasn't turned out too well. I'm sure it's a hell of a lot better when you play it on PC, but on the PS3, man, it just sucks, eh? Like, the frame rate's so bad, and it just has technical issues, and it's also, it just feels really sluggish and slow compared to COD, so that hasn't turned out too well. I only played it for maybe, I don't know, a couple of days pretty seriously. I played it pretty much non-stop for those couple of days to give it a real shot, like see if it's something that I want to get into. But it's just not for me. So, I've pretty much given up on that. I've also been playing a bit of Ni no Kuni, which is a Japanese RPG that also came out for the PS3 about 2 weeks ago. And that game's not too bad. I'm not sure if I'll keep playing it though, but so far it's sort of alright. I'm about 6 hours in, and the game's sort of starting to ramp up, I suppose. It's got a long, slow start, but I'm told that once you start playing it and really getting into it, it's actually quite a good RPG. So we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really been doing too much. I've been watching a lot of people on YouTube, and this sort of ties in with where I want to take my channel next, and what I want to do with my channel this year. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of other people on YouTube, trying to sort of get ideas and stuff like that. And one thing I've noticed is that there's a lot of players out there that used to use the Wiimote for games like Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 1 on the original Wii, and they're no longer using it in this game. Pretty much, most. There's only just a few or a handful of people left that are serious. They're the YouTubers and that are actually using the Wiimote in this game, and that's understandable. The Wiimote has had a lot of problems. In the last 2 months or so, it's gotten a bit better, but compared to the Classic Controller Pro or the gamepad, it just doesn't stand a chance. Still, and I think it's primarily got to do with the fact that there's just so much aim assist on those control methods. And that's fine. I'm not someone who's saying they should remove aim assist completely. Although originally I did have that opinion. But now I just think what needs to happen is that perhaps the aim assist needs to be toned down a little bit. And that's another thing I've been doing in the last 4 weeks or so. Is I've spent a lot of time on the official COD forums. And I've been having... I've been leading the charge. I've started my own thread there about 4 weeks ago, and I've sort of gone through and said, look, this is all the problems with the Wiimote, and I've actually managed to get the attention of one of the devs for the game, and they've acknowledged that they've seen the list and that they're working on trying to fix as many of the problems as possible. Some of the problems, or some of the things that I've defined as a problem, they have said that it's actually a feature of the game. It's actually intended and working the way that they want it to be working. But a lot of them are problems, and a lot of them they weren't even aware of until I made that thread. And so now that they do know about them, they've gone ahead and they've acknowledged that there's problems and that they're going to fix them. So that's really good. I mean, it's good to know that I'm having some sort of input to help out Wiimoters everywhere. All 15 of us, and to try and sort of make it even. Try and bring the Wiimote up to par. I mean, there's simple things that were only recently fixed, like stuff like moving sentry guns. You weren't able to do that with the Wiimote until just the last patch in late January. and there's still sort of stupid issues like not being able to like you pick up a gun, for example, when you when you go to use a kill streak if you're standing over a gun, or whatever. Like if you're standing over a gun when you spawn and you go to run with Z or whatever button you've set run to, it'll pick up a gun, you know, just because you're trying to run. There's all these sorts of things, and like I said, the developers have acknowledged that they're happening, and they are fixing them with the next patch, which should be coming out in the next couple of weeks, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, that's what I've been spending a lot of my time on. Now you would have noticed also that just this morning I uploaded a video. It's entitled "We Did It Together," donation number 1, and this ties into the new direction of my channel. I mean, last year the main focus and the whole reason why I started my channel in the first place was so that I could prove to people, I should say, that I wasn't hacking. And the other thing I really wanted to do, and I did do this, was do the mob with every gun challenge on the Wii and be the first one to do it, and I did that. So once I had sort of completed those 2 goals, there was only the third one left, and sort of I started doing this towards the end of last year. But this year I really want to sort of go head first into it and sort of really put a lot of effort into this, and that is to help people. And one of the ways I'm doing that is I'm doing donations. So basically, you would have noticed that in the last I don't know, like last couple of months, 2 or so months, since about December or so, I've had ads on my channel for my videos. That's because I've been partnered, and by having those ads on my channel, I get revenue, I get money, right? And what I want to do is I want to use that money, anything that I make through ads on YouTube, I want to donate it to a charity, and that's what I've been doing. And I just donated my very first contribution to World Vision, and yeah, that's sort of the goal of my channel for this year. I would have spent a little bit more time on it, but you're probably better off just watching that video where I pretty much explain everything anyway. But I've run out of time here, guys, so look, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the video. Leave a like and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, have a nice day, and I'll see you guys next time.